Lovely jubbly, just tricked you there. God, look at the signal. That's got to be reviewed, especially on the Perfectdraft Pro. And it's just quite a lot heavier. Especially when oh, had the shakes there. Oh, and that's not through drinking, because I've been drinking. But
A bit chilly, I think.
bit chilly and, you know, a bit of pressure here, people. A bit of pressure. So, in case you don't know, PJT, Rate My Beer, and Michelle. It's been an interesting week in the world of Perfectdraft keg tips and everything. It's,
It has indeed, yes, definitely.
last weekend was very lively, you know. A lot of things were said about me and to me, which, you know, were quite unpleasant, but I've lived with a wife here for nearly 25 years, so,
I was used to it, you can take it.
you know, I don't know, there's a few things, you know, that were brought to my attention that was cool to me by, you know, people I sometimes considered friends, but, you know, there you go. It's meant to be a bit of fun, and that wasn't so much fun, you know, was it? Obviously, a few people got booted out, which I got the blame for, which I didn't actually ban or suspend anyone, not one person.
There we go.
Because I try to avoid that, because I've been the other person, so I don't do that, do I, really, unless it's really necessary, innit? But, you know, constructive criticism is always fine.
Of course.
But we're going to do the UK Stella, and it's
Yeah,
exciting.
I was going to say, this is what all the controversy has been about. This is the UK Brewed Stella.
Yeah, and I checked it, so I can check.
It's taken us a little while to get hold of these.
Yeah, there was a issue with my. Well, there wasn't an issue. It was just.
It just took a little while
Took a bit
to
longer
get
because
hold of.
I wanted to make sure I got the right one rather than the wrong one. So then the order didn't go out so quickly because I got the order stopped and so on. And you know, if I was up Perfectdraft's a-hole, then I would have got it quicker, surely.
But the time has arrived. We finally have it here. It's chilled to temperature. We're chilled to temperature as well out here at the moment.
I've got it 3 degrees, so whether you're running on a Pro or running on a Phillips, you're going to get pretty much the same, because, you know, they may look a bit different, but they do pour the beer out pretty much the same, don't they?
Indeed.
We have a Stella chalice. We do have the Belgian keg, but that's going to keep for tomorrow. Yeah. And we do have a bottle. I decided on a bottle, but that don't come till after anyway. A bottle as well to do with the UK one. So we'll do this one today. Tomorrow we'll do this one with that one. I didn't put in anyway, but if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then Friday we'll do the bottle versus the UK one, because that's obviously a beer review, as everyone knows, is subjective, isn't it? You know, there is no right or wrong. It's not you've got that wrong. It's like, in my opinion, she gets a lot of things wrong. But
now, basically, I think what it is, we're all going to go in there, and we've all got different taste buds. We all like different things. So yeah, it is going to be down to personal preference on a lot of things.
yeah.
And like Paul says, it's subjective.
I'm not a huge fan of Stella. I got panned 2 years ago for my original review of the world famous Belgian Stella that all these men brought their machine for. I certainly wouldn't buy a machine.
I don't like
Yeah,
the
she don't
Stella,
like this one,
so I'm
I'll
quite
pour it.
intrigued to see if there are any differences with this.
Yeah, but you've got to remember, a lot of people brought their machines just for Stella.
Indeed, they did.
God knows why, eh?
I mean, there's a few things that I know that there can be variables, such as water quality, whether ingredients are sourced, that kind of thing. So it will be interesting to see if any of those factors are making a difference with the taste of this.
Well, for me, that looks like a pint of lager. A Stella. Stella, as Simon Mulder will tell you.
So, yeah,
you feel better?
looks wise, this is looking exactly how I'd expect it to. Are you getting a picture of that?
Yeah, it looks like a lager. Yeah, I don't need it for a thumbnail, but I'll get a picture of it. You can be in the picture if you like. Well, you're still in the background. It's funny when they see your head. Right. So, yeah, straight away, as you always get with the Stella chalices, hence why they're so popular, the bubbles are
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it is that nice golden colour.
Yeah, it's a good 2.5 finger exclusive head.
Nice white.
This comes
head
in,
there.
as did the original one, at 5% ABV. 5% ABV, and there's a lot of things being said about that at the moment, because it can go that way or that way. Something that we wasn't fully aware of until recently when we had a chat on YouTube live about it, didn't we? So this could be, in effect, 4.5. Or it could be 4.6 as them same dodgy cans and bottles that are sold in the UK. I get the point about that, but...
They do allow for a certain amount of leeway. And
But it
can
could
be
be.
either way.
It could be 5.5.
So there we go.
Which makes sense, because sometimes you wonder why I've sat there before and done almost a keg,
Yeah.
and I've walked
And
in.
it doesn't have the same effect as the one that you drank the week before.
Yeah, and sometimes I smash my head on there, don't I? And I think, but I've only had 6 or 7
I didn't
pints.
think that was actually possible, but apparently it is. So there we go.
So,
So far so good. This is visually looking exactly how I'd expect it to look. Yeah, it looks good.
I say I'm not a huge fan. What do you get? Malts and a bit of citrus, if you're lucky.
Yeah, this is basically, you know, from a Pilsen style lager, I'm getting
Yeah,
what
I
I
love
would
it.
expect to smell from this, which is a little bit of sweet malt, a little bit of graininess there.
Bit of breadiness. And a bit of zesty, you know?
Maybe a little bit of a herbal smell to it.
Blimey. Perhaps
Maybe a little bit of citrus there.
Perhaps I put a bit of extra in it. Yeah, no, I'll go on. I'll let you. There's no point. I'm not into all this. Like I say, I'm not a huge Stella fan. All I can tell you is what I'm tasting, what I'm thinking, what I'm getting comparing to other things. We'll do the comparable ones and say as time goes on. But I'm no huge fan of this. I certainly.
See, I don't mind Stella.
She loves
I've
Stella.
always found it quite
Hence
a
why
nice,
we've got the other
pleasant, easygoing lager to drink. I'm
give it a
waiting
go.
for that head to go down just a little bit more. I don't remember wearing it on the end of my nose.
That's a good pour. That was a good pour for the first one. Get it down, yeah. What's up with you? It did. Lively, bubbly head, isn't it?
It's retained that head quite well, hasn't it? But that might well be the chalice because that is nucleated, isn't it?
After you.
Okay.
They come to watch you, not me. They know I'm not.
So
a huge fan.
basically, what I'm getting from this is what I'd expect to get from this. It is got that nice, soft, sweet maltiness to begin with that does pass through and last for most of the tasting notes all the way through. You're getting a little bit of citrus. I'm picking up on a little bit of graininess, perhaps a little bit of grassiness in there. But what I am picking up on is quite a strong Pilsner bitterness at the end of this.
More so than the original, you mean? You've drunk enough of it. It's like,
Is it more so? I'm not sure whether it's more so, but it is what I would expect it to taste like.
so you're saying it's much for much? Because it's been described as a lot of other things. Obviously, I read a lot of things about
See,
a
the
lot of different...
carbonation is soft to medium carbonation, what I would expect. That soft sweet maltiness that I'm getting on the beginning, that's what I would expect from that.
The body, though, the body isn't... It's not exactly gripping me in.
Well, the body and the complexity of Stella in particular in, well, for recent times, it's always been quite simple. It's not a complex drink.
That's fair enough. I'm just saying, it's
to
to me, it
a
appears thin.
kind of all-rounder. It's not big on those complexities or those complex tastes because it is designed, or at the moment, or it has been for a long while, been brewed to appeal to the masses, to be a good all-rounder. And I think this is what this is doing. I'm not finding anything there that I think shouldn't be there. There isn't anything that's pulling itself out going, I'm not sure that doesn't taste right. I'm not picking up on anything that doesn't...
It does have a nice bitterness, but...
Not picking anything out that tastes out of place. I'm slightly thinking it's got a little bit more bitterness on the end. Possibly.
But we will blind test these and everything. Like I say, I'm no expert on the original. I'm no expert on anything really. I have half an idea if it's a Weizen beer. For me, that tastes all right, but that's all it is for me. And I've always said it's an average beer. Steve's been quite into it over the years. Granted, as a lot of you have, and fair play, I understand that. Like I love Frankie and Hasselroder, and a lot of you will say, you know, I mean that for me against Hasselroder is a no go.
For a long while, Stella has been quite a generic lager. It's quite middle of the road. It's brewed in that manner to appeal to a large part of the beer drinking community. It isn't so bland that people are going to go, oh, that's no good.
No, it's not that
and it
bad.
isn't so complex that people who aren't into bigger style beers are going to be put off by it. It channels that middle of the road market. That is what it's there for. Yeah, there's nothing there that I'm pulling out.
So that,
by tasting.
I mean,
this,
I read some things. I can mention a couple of them. That it was watery. That's not true. It's never that good in a way, but it's not watery. It doesn't taste tinny. I know. That's just our opinion.
I'm getting that sort of sweet malt to begin with. That passed through quite nicely. A little bit of citrus, a little bit of grassiness, a little bit of herbalness there in the middle, and it's passing through and it's finishing on this dry bitter finish, which is everything that I would expect from this.
It does have a somewhat more bitterness, I'm thinking, while Michelle said it, than I remember from the other one, but I haven't drank the other one for I don't know how long. The last time we had a keg, you had the whole keg. I don't even think I touched it.
So going on, trying this keg as if it was the first time, as it may well be like a new keg or whatever. That's that's how I am judging this. It's doing everything I expect it to do. It tastes how I would expect it to taste. I'm going to give it.
Well, she's quite a fan, really. I'm not.
I do like it. I find it pleasant, very drinkable, very easy, middle of the road. I'm giving this an 8 out of 10 because I enjoy it. It's doing what I expect it to do.
It's okay for me. It's not great. I think the next videos to follow will be more interesting. And obviously at some point there'll be a blind test, which Michelle will do. I don't know if there's a lot of point in me doing it, but we'll work on that when we come to it. But for me, it is what it is. Would I drink it again? Yeah, if it's on a deal like that, I would buy it again. But I wouldn't rush out my way because we've got a machine with over 50 beers and this is not top 10, not even top 20 probably for me, if I'm honest. But that's me. As I said to everyone, originally, I'm not a huge fan, but a lot of you are. I can get where a lot of people are, as well, were saying that it's very similar. A lot of people saying it's even the same. I don't know. We will do that and get the other keg in tomorrow and do
Getting
that together.
right down to the real nitty gritty of trying them head to head is where I'm going to pick up on any subtle differences. Having tried it today, I don't think there's going to be a lot of big differences. There may be some subtle ones when I taste them head to head with each other.
So, we've all got a different opinion. So there is no right, there is no wrong. Thanks for watching. Check back tomorrow and there'll be the other one. Indeed. And then the other one after. And there's a live tonight if you see this in time. If I get it up, if I upload it. Thinking of my word in there, you see. We'll upload it quick enough. And Michelle will be drinking this one a bit tonight. And probably even the other one. Yeah. I may well as well, but when there's Frankie, it's tough. Right. Thanks for watching. Bonjour.